Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome to our afternoon. It is afternoon, guys. It is 11:58, so 2 minutes to the afternoon hour. Guys, did you hear about Wade Wilson pleading no contest to bringing in D3ATH in the jail? You do know that he OD'd in the jail. You know that, right? And because he got his hands on some stuff that began with the F, that ends with the L, that a lot of people are unaliving themselves with unknowingly and some knowingly, because that's what they're putting in, things that you think is something else, but it ends up being this, which is much worse, especially if you don't expect it, right? Because that's it. I've never understood why people unalive their customers. Like, it is the only business that I know that unalives its customers. Why would you unalive your customers by cutting your DRUGS with something that KILLS them? Why? Anyway, guys, I want to watch this. And let's talk a little bit about it. It's a little bit funny. Let's watch this and see. Let's check it out.
Noon in the courtroom, the scales of justice tipped heavily as Wade Wilson faced the weight of his decisions. Already sentenced to death, Wilson was given 12 years in prison after his no contest plea to trafficking and conspiracy charges. Along with prison time, he faces a $50,000 fine and court costs. Wink News reporter Olivia Jean is live from the Lee County Courthouse. Olivia, what happened in court today?
I gotta say, so he's already sentenced to the ultimate. So now he's sentenced to what, an additional 15 years? Is that what I'm hearing? And $50,000. Now, will he be required to pay that? Because I heard he's got like $90,000. So is he able to profit off that, or will he pay that back? And my thing is, let him pay the victims' families first before you start paying the courts back. I don't understand why they even charge to give somebody more time than the ultimate sentence. To me, it's like a waste of money. If it was another crime that had to do with somebody in particular, the unaliving of somebody, I get that, because you're bringing justice for that family. This I don't understand. And how can the state ask for restitution back on this? Let the victims' families get the money. This isn't about that. That's what gets me, That's what gets me. But that's Florida for you. Florida.
Olivia, what happened in court today?
Well, Wilson pled no contest to 2 charges. One charge was for attempted trafficking of amphetamines, and one charge was for conspiracy to traffic amphetamines. Now, this hearing was supposed to happen in September, but state attorneys told us that it's because they moved it earlier so that Wilson could get to death row faster. Now, Judge Frank Porter accepted his plea deal and found Wade Wilson competent, alert, and able to enter the plea of no contest this morning. Wilson also had to provide fingerprints to the FDLE database, which he did on the way out of court. Now, he also has to pay a $50,000 fine. The judge ordered him to serve 12 years in the Department of Corrections, concurrent with any other sentence previously imposed. He must serve a minimum of 7 years. Now, all throughout Wilson's past court hearings, he would show little to no emotion. We've talked about that on Wink News, but that did not change today. But what did change is that he addressed the court frequently, but that's mainly because he had to.
Has anyone made any promises to you other than the agreed upon sentence in exchange for this plea?
No, sir.
Did anyone threaten you to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Did you read and understand the plea form?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Did you sign the plea form?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Has he done everything you've asked him to do for you?
Yes.
Do you think this plea is in your best interest?
Yes.
Now, one important thing that I do want to point out that happened this morning, the judge did ask Wilson if he suffered from any real problems. And now Wilson said no. And if you remember, his defense attorneys throughout the sentencing
That's not a problem at all.
This week said that he had multiple
people and sleeping
mental
at night,
illnesses,
that's not a
which is why
problem
they
at
were
all.
advocating.
So I had a few outbursts there, didn't I? Because I thought it was funny that they thought that, well, could there be anything wrong? No, because unaliving somebody or two people and sleeping sound at night or not feeling any kind of remorse, that's very normal. I mean, seriously. Some of those things were, is there anything wrong with you? I mean, come on. Are you competent? Are you sane? Absolutely. So some of this stuff was just, they spent money. Like, where are you going to get the other 15 years from? You know, and the $50,000, I think it's terrible that they want to give it for the courts. Give it to the families. I know that I've said that. I can't stress that enough. I just can't stress that enough. He wanted to be on Blink News. You know, he said to Kristen that he wanted Blink News. I never heard of Blink News before, but apparently that's like the Kick It News now. So things are shifting as far as news outlets and stuff like that go. I think Blink is only online. I've never heard of them. But so what's happening, and it's weird because, you know, it's almost like these are the rock stars of today, and that's what's scary. You know, that is what's scary, because these people like him, people like Gypsy Rose, people like Stefan Stearns, people like Shonda Vander Ark, people like Christopher Gregor, these, and we could go on and on and on and on and on. These people like Jen Soto, these people, there is just no redemption. There's no remorse. There's only, I'm sorry because I got caught. There's no, Gypsy Rose is living her best life, and Wade Wilson's more popular than he's ever been, and he's more wealthier than he's ever been, and in his part of where he's gonna live, that inside of his mind, he's the king of his castle. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the justice for the criminals is what is just so unbelievably unfair, I believe. Especially in a country where people do struggle to make it. How is it that criminals are walking away rewarded for their atrocities? It's just unbelievable. So guys, tell me, what do you think? Do you think that somebody should that the taxpayers, do you think that the taxpayers should be paying for cases like these drug cases to come to court to get 15 more years out of somebody who was sentenced to D3ATH? I don't get that. I understand about the money, but the money should have already been from the unaliving part, you would think. You know? Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's a topic, because the Son of Sam law is unconstitutional in some states, and then it's not. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think in the comments. This one's got me frustrated. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always, always be kind, guys.